Well, first of all, thank you, Congressman, for your leadership on this issue and on this legislation, Make It in America. Thank you to Congressman Delaney for all of the work that he's doing on infrastructure. You know, in Texas, infrastructure obviously is very important to us. We have a state that obviously is incredibly large in landmass, second only to Alaska. We have, for example, the most number of bridges of any state in the nation, miles and miles of interstate highways and roads. And so I stand here tonight with you to reaffirm the point that we must never neglect our infrastructure of transportation, building out our roads, our highways, our waterways, our mass transit systems, making sure that Americans can get to where they want to go by air, by land, by sea. We must make sure that our infrastructure of transportation keeps up also and is competitive with that of other places in Europe and in Asia, particularly for commercial purposes. But also, Congressman, I wanted to point out that just as there is an infrastructure of transportation, there is in America another kind of infrastructure, and that is an infrastructure of opportunity that allows each of us to pursue our American dreams. So, for example, just as there are streets and highways that help us get to where we want to go on the road, there is an infrastructure of opportunity in America that allows us to get to where we want to go in life. So that infrastructure of opportunity would include, for example, great public schools and universities, a strong health care system, and an economy that's built around well-paying jobs so that people can support themselves and their family members. In fact, when we ask the question here in Congress, what is it that distinguishes America from among the nations of the world, I would argue that it is the fact that over the generations, Americans have come together to build out that infrastructure of opportunity that allows each of us, no matter our race, our class, where we come from, allows each of us to chase our American dream. Now, I think all of us understand, and I think you would agree with me, I've never met any American who has asked for a guarantee of success in our nation. Folks don't ask for a guarantee of success. What they ask for is the opportunity to pursue that success. So we must continue building not only the roads that we need and the highways, but also the great schools and universities, a strong healthcare system, and, as you mentioned, with the American Jobs Act, making sure that Americans can go to work and support themselves and their family. And I'll just wrap up with this, there's been a lot of debate around here, and I know in the last hour there was, about immigration. And there's a big debate about how to handle our immigration issue. And that is a challenge and has been a challenge for this Congress. But if you put aside the debate over what to do with folks who are here, whether it's visas or permanent legal residency, whatever it is, and we just ask ourselves, why is it for a few hundred years now that America has been the destination nation for people from literally every corner of the earth? Why is that? I would argue it's because we have built up a place, a society of opportunity where people can pursue their dreams. Now, Congressman, I think you would agree with me, in all of the immigrants I've met, whether they came from Europe or Asia or Mexico or somewhere else, I've never heard anybody tell me that the reason they came to our country was because they were looking for the lowest corporate tax rate. People, in fact, come here because they're looking to be part of a system of opportunity that as Americans we have built up together. And we must make sure, all of us in Congress, working as Republicans and Democrats united for our country, make sure that when somebody asks 50 years from now or 100 years from now, where is it on earth that people want to be, that the answer is still the United States of America. We must build out the infrastructure of transportation and the infrastructure of opportunity to achieve that answer.
Mr. Castro, thank you so very, very much.